I'd been looking forward to this party all week. Everyone I cared about would be there, and I needed to look good. But as soon as I thought about looking nice, she popped into my head. My stomach flipped. That familiar wave of anxiety washed over me like it always did when she crossed my mind. I hated that I felt this way. She's my best friend's sister. We weren't even close. In fact, she used to treat me like shit. For the longest time, we couldn't be in the same room without arguing or throwing shade. I don't even know when that changed. Somewhere between silence and sarcasm, we started talking, laughing, bonding. Now I couldn't stop thinking about her. The worst part? I didn't even know if she liked anyone, let alone girls. She always seemed so relaxed around me, which I took to mean she wasn't interested, just friendly, just nice. I shoved the thoughts away and finished getting ready. My phone buzzed. Madeline texted to say she'd be late and that I should head in without her. I grabbed my keys and left. The party was already in full chaos mode when I arrived. The house was pulsing with music, voices clashing over one another, and the backyard sounded just as wild. I slipped inside, looking for someone I knew and pretending. The drink I grabbed from the counter was the reason I was there. I turned toward the kitchen, and there she was. Lena, her reflection shimmered off the marble counter. I froze. Time stilled. The breath in my lungs thinned. She was laughing with a girl I didn't recognize, twirling her hair like it was a weapon, and smiling like she had no idea what she was doing to me. God, I muttered under my breath. She turned and caught sight of me. Our eyes locked. Everything else disappeared. She raised her hand to wave, and I managed to pull myself toward her and the girl she was talking to. I tried small talk, but she carried the conversation. There was something off in her voice, something stiff, like she wasn't really present. I was staring again. So do you? She asked. I blinked. Huh. Sorry, what? A drink? Oh yeah, sure. Whatever's fine. She left to grab it, came back, and we drifted around the party, eventually looking for her brother Caleb. Right then, Madeline texted she'd just parked and didn't want to walk in alone. I told Lena and slipped away to meet her. Hours passed. I felt smothered. The noise, the people, the small talk. I needed air. I slipped out the front and found her again. She was standing near the bushes, staring out into the night like she didn't belong in any of the chaos behind her. I almost turned back, but the backyard was packed, and I was already out front, so I walked over. Hey, I said quietly. She turned, startled, then smiled softly. A small nod. We talked about nothing, everything, and then somehow we got to love. She wondered aloud if the person she liked her back. My heart twisted. Of course she liked someone. Of course it wasn't me. If she only knew how hard I'd fall, how much I'd give just to be hers. She looked at me. I looked back. But then she broke eye contact. She was waiting for me to ask who it was. I knew it, but I couldn't. I didn't want to know if the answer would shatter me, and then everything in me cracked open. A surge of heat, electricity, panic. I didn't feel like myself anymore. I couldn't stop myself. I moved before I could think. I kissed her. It wasn't planned. It wasn't clean. I just crashed into her lips like I'd been starving. Her mouth was soft, tentative. I touched her neck, trying to pull her closer, but I still felt too far away. She kissed me back just barely, but I was too dizzy to make sense of it. Then guilt roared in. I broke away. Her eyes were wide, asking questions I didn't have answers to. Mine were glassy with tears. I didn't want her to see. I am so sorry, I choked out, and I ran. I searched my pockets with shaking hands, found my keys, and sprinted to the car. I didn't dare look back. She might have followed, but I couldn't face her. Not now, not like this. I shoved the key into the ignition with trembling fingers, barely breathing. I turned the corner and drove to the edge of the neighborhood. Pulling into a dark street where no one could see me fall apart, I collapsed over the wheel, sobbing. All I could think was, what did I just do? What will Caleb think? What will she say? My phone buzzed again and again, but I couldn't bring myself to look. Eventually, I made it home, collapsed through the door, dragged myself to my bed, and curled into the sheets fully clothed. My limbs were heavy, My mind was blank. The notifications kept coming, but I shut my eyes, desperate to stop feeling. When I woke up, my head throbbed. My mouth was dry. It was 2:37 p.m. I'd slept through half the day in the same clothes, body stiff, heart still aching. I reached for my phone. Lena, so many notifications. I don't know what to tell you, but I really want to talk to you. Please, reply. I have things I can only say to your face. Please stop ignoring me. Are you there? I powered off the screen. My chest felt tight again. My ears rang like a siren. I lay there in silence, too afraid to face whatever this meant. She stopped texting after the first day, and after a few days hiding inside, too afraid to answer, I finally decided to tell Caleb everything. I couldn't carry this weight alone anymore. The weight in my chest hadn't gone anywhere, but it was starting to shift, like something sharp-eyed swallowed finally began to dissolve. That morning, I got dressed in something simple. I didn't do my hair, didn't touch my face, looked tired in the mirror. Honest, at least, I told myself. Just talk to Caleb. I found him in the garage, elbows deep in some rusted-out project he refused to give up on. He looked up when he saw me and smiled, but it faded fast. You okay? He asked. I sat on the toolbox and took a deep breath. I think I messed something up. He put the wrench down. What happened? It's about Lena. His brows lifted. What about her? I hesitated. I kissed her. Silence. I watched the gears turn behind his eyes. Not anger, not shock, just processing, and I think I ruined everything. She hasn't texted since the first day. I've been ignoring her. I freaked out. I didn't even ask her if she wanted me to. I just did it. And then I ran. He exhaled through his nose. You want the honest truth, always. She's been a wreck too. My heart skipped. What? She's been walking around like a ghost. Keeps asking if I've heard from you. But she won't say anything real. Just keeps dodging it. Whatever happened, it meant something. To her too. The garage felt too small all of a sudden. Should I talk to her? I asked. He gave a half shrug. Only if you're ready to hear her answer. Whatever it is. It took me another day to find the nerve. I sent her a simple message. Can we talk? She replied a minute later. Yes, please. We met at a quiet park just before sunset, the sky blushing orange behind her. She was already there, sitting on the swings. She looked up when I approached and gave me a small, tired smile. I didn't think you'd actually come, she said. I almost didn't, I admitted. But I think I owe you more than silence. We sat in silence for a beat. I've been trying to figure out what to say, she began, her voice soft. But I think all I really want is to know if that kiss meant something to you. I looked at her, really looked at her, and I felt the ache return, but gentler this time, like something tender, not sharp. It meant everything, I whispered, but I didn't know if it meant anything to you. I didn't even know if you liked girls, or if you liked me. I panicked. I do, she said. Like girls, like you. But I didn't know if I was allowed to. You don't need permission to feel something, I said, my voice cracking a little. She nodded, her eyes glistening. I didn't kiss you back enough. I froze, but not because I didn't want to. I just didn't expect it. I wasn't ready, but I wanted to be. I want to be. I reached over, unsure, and she met me halfway, her fingers brushing mine, lacing slowly, and in that moment, the world felt quiet again. Not like before, not out of fear or panic, but peace. We just sat there, holding hands, breathing, not needing to rush toward answers, just letting ourselves exist together.